has your friend ever sent you some jokes, some memes, and you figured out what the joke was? Well, this subreddit is definitely the one you want to share. And this subreddit I would like to call, oh, I'm very excited for this one because you get to see the best of it. It's called r/explain the joke. So what's this subreddit about? Oh, it's basically give you some images and you're trying to explain yourself what this joke is actually about. Do you know this joke? Perhaps here I have a subreddit for you guys. It's called Explain the Joke. So explain the joke is basically give you the means and you're trying to explain and ask this whole internet what this joke is really about. Let's get into some of the new ones right here and see if we can try saying what this joke is about. Do you get it? Here we go. Here we go. The first one. I do. Here's the first one. I do really like this one. First says, I don't get eBay is so useless. I tried to look up lighters and all they had was 13,749 matches. No, the mom, sons, daughters don't get it, but the dads do get it. I see here. Not a dad, but lighters can take up to 13,749 matches because why not? It can take, yeah. Let's explain. I know what you're getting into. I know what you're getting about because a lighter, if you don't know, I don't have a lighter with me. I can't play fire today, but lighter is equivalent to 10,000 matches. That's exactly what the joke says here. Definitely a joke, and I got it. And it's also searching for lighters, and you have 3,749 results, aka matches to the search on eBay. But I know what the lighters joke is about, and I did. I do get it. This one, there's not everyone. Dude, look what I made. It's a food we can grow in the same place every year. And then this androgynous scary meme here in the next picture. And that little smiley face there doesn't mean Amazon. Everybody wants to see the food, and guess what? Amazon wants that food. That's the purpose behind downfall of the man. Here's agricultural civilization, maybe. Well, that's true. Downfall of man into how began when we stopped being hunter and gatherers and started agricultural civilizations. Good interpretation. That'll be a clue. Ergot is a fungus that frequently grows on bread making grains, like wheat and rye. Toxin that among side effects cause intense and frightening hallucinations. Eat ergot-infected bread, have the most horrifying trip of your life. Oh boy. See why we're getting into some food. Actually, yeah, let's move on. Alright, here it is. Dear Americans, we suggest starting to collect used tires. They'll come in handy. We'll explain later. With love, Ukrainians. Tires? What's that for? Good for blocking roads and burns a lot with smoke. And tires can be used construction of temporary vehicle barricades. Relatively lightweight and will stop smaller bullets. That makes a lot of sense. Also mixed with gasoline with motor oil in the right proportion. Just saying. Easily burn out because the rubber can burn that out. I think the answer is anti-military vehicles. You don't need water. Let the burn. Oh, there's someone suggested go watch Water on Fire, Winter on Fire. During the Maidan Revolution, protesters used barricades of burning tires to keep out the National Police Force from the protest, or from that way to protest. Barricades another reason. Black Hawk Down, tires may use barricades. Everyone knows. They use barricades because that's why they use it as barricades to protect against some police government or something like that. Got it. All right, let's confuse. This is the one that I like this one. I really want to talk to you about this. Let's confuse the younger generation. So 8, 44, 33, 4, 2, 6, 33. Well, as a Gen Z, I know how Nokia phone works. Well, I never owned Nokia. My mom has had a Nokia phone. And then these Nokia phones right here, these buttons, you have to press that button many times you want to get a certain letter, right? So if you press the number, you get a letter. Press it again, it creates another letter. So if you do just 8 once, you get T. and then 2, and press 4 twice, get H, and then press 3 twice, E, and then when you get this one, you get the word the game. So 8 press once, T, 4 pressed H, 3 pressed twice, that's E, and then 0 to space. Don't forget to put 0 as a space. And then press 4 once, that's G. Press 2 once, it's an A. Press 6 once as an M, and then press 3 twice is an E. You get the game. It says, I lost it yet again. This is a pretty strong multi-use street green, though my next one will be even better as it continues fading to the mean culture of society. We know that. I know what the word is, and it's called the game. Right here, you just made me lose it, bringing you down to this one. The game is a game that you start playing for the moment you become aware of the rules, and that you'll keep playing forever. Real simple. You always playing the game. You lose the game every time you become aware you're playing the game. There's no way to win the game. The only way to win is not to play, right? People are aware that the game would often write things like you just lost the game. Similar to how you write, now you're reading manually or don't think of it up. Cause to become aware that you are playing the game and making you lose. That's what this picture is doing. And now you're playing too. And then there to add, as multiple brought out, those rules says you have to announce you lost the game every time you do. Apparently, those rule says the game is over if some important figure says game's up. I see in this discussion with people can make this declaration up from there. Your playing is the game because your life is also a game. Anything can be a game. And there is a game. You know that. The game is verbal, the silence. Will remind you for entirely the mistakes. But teach your own. Very philosophical. Let's move on. This one's already solved. Have said the best of us. So the boss texted, why are you late to work? And then this is the calculated picture. It said 6:30. And it says, understandable. Have a nice day. Someone's actually solved this one. Thought they were setting their alarm, but it's their calculator. Very calculator. Can't tell the difference between a calculator from a clock. I see. Probably drunk. Just tired, maybe. All right. They meant to set alarm for 6:30. They accidentally typed 6:30 into the calculator app. You're confusing with applications, you do basic apps on your phone. Yep. Sleep drunkenness is a real thing. When you sleep, you feel like you're drunk, but you're actually a little sleepy. That's just how you get drunk without drinking alcohol. And drunk sleepiness is the answer to that question. That says a lot. People pointed out how different the alarm is from a calculator. Clearly, don't enjoy recreational. Should say 4:20 and it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Yep. So you use a calculator over the thing. And there's so much that you use calculator over an alarm. So explainable happiness. So this is this one. So it's basically you have a big brain. When you get to smaller brain and you get no brain, it has less intelligence, more happiness. Yep. Ignorance is bliss, as they say. Really good one. Fish over you figure it out on your own. That's it. Redundant. Very funny. Everybody say ignorance is bliss. That's what they're talking about. Yes, I'd say what the irony is delicious because I think it's pretty dumb perspective. The artist said that show more intelligence someone is, the higher chance they are to be depressed. Ugh. So that's literally say ignorance is you just ignore everything. Yep. Just literally ignore everything and make yourself feel better. Then you'll be a happier guy without knowing. Yep, everybody says ignorance is bliss. So being ignorant about it, you'll be happy. Oh, well, that's another great one. When I work night shift and I hear a little girl says, this is where I died, means end. So either they're too busy or no, are tired to care about the ghost girl. Fair says, the person hates night shift and is making to me how even the wildest things happen have them to be annoyed because they're on a night shift. It's like one of those when your whole team in the video game is trash, you keep losing, your friend is having a breakdown type means where it's not a real situation, but it's where you are annoyed and something way more significant is annoying you. Definitely. There's nothing nicer than the sound of children's laughter, except at 3 a.m. and you don't have children. Except at 3 a.m. when you're alone, you don't have children. Too tired and hate their job too much to even care their ghosts. As someone who worked nights for years, I relate to this. People who work night shifts, best, they really want to be up all night and just sleep during the day. Definitely like a ghost. When they're actually working for night shift. I see. All right, here's the next one for you. Most people will go the entire life without ever knowing what the lines on bat towels actually mean. The bat lines. From what I look, it helps reinforce the fabric and prevent fraying. Oh, haha, seems like something I didn't know. I'm afraid not. Haha, very funny. And so you could go tell that without knowing it would make any difference. Repair the rubs the every time you walk into a shop. Oh, don't think of it. It's functional as well as decorative. It helps hold shape and cuts down on fraying. It enhances the emotion by having a place to go. It's called a Dobby border. In New Zealand, they call it a spaggly wuzit. Fortnite, it's called dingle arm. Oh, you guys are so funny right now. Calling whatever the names of that little back of the towel is. Whatever. Next one. So the joke is feet is what it's called. So this is a monkey had neural activation and sees the action, and that action is whatever that is. It's a kink right there, maybe. The joke is thigh-high socks simulate the human mind, I guess. Symbols of code in Rust wearing thigh-high socks. Absolutely, maybe. The joke isn't really a joke, and just some point what activates their brain. In this case, you have thigh-high, thighs, panty shot, maybe just a specific character. Maybe so, maybe not. No, this is just opinions. Things with text on does not equal to joy. If you have those particular letters, it can only mean one thing. This can only mean one thing. We know what it is now. How I expected antidepressants work and how they really work. Meds don't make you feel happy, they just make you not feel anything. You can't even feel your face at all. It turns out not being happy and being sad. So just one for which is not being happy, actually. That says a lot. You think about trying meds, they'll definitely make you happy. It makes it even worse. Now, someone said that this person's on antidepressants, and while they agree with that poster that they don't make you happy, to make you not sad for no reason. So, other words, put you back to normal. You still feel sad when there's a reason, and as being happy, that's on you. Just as there were people without depression, and just as it should be. If someone disagreed, wouldn't say it's back to normal. They feel like they increased depression, but a lot of dull other emotions. So I didn't see it. It's basically resting, but it's not really happy. It's basically you're in a resting phase of it. Doesn't make you happy, it just makes it takes away, but you still feel sad, but you don't feel anything at all. That's antidepressants will do. Never seen less scenes in my life. What even is this post is supposed to mean? So basically the position it was like this, right? Oh, that was the shirt, but it's this. See what I'm doing here? Probably like this. What did that definitely mean? So say, yeah, I definitely see. Last meme refers to a series of memes claiming that a common pose where person stands with their arms fanned out their sides, palms up is let's see. And it began in 2021 when a teaser of Owl House is the premiere in which Amidity, an open and lesbian character, is doing the pose, which I'm looking at this one. These gains viral over the following years as users applied the lesbian pose labels and images of any character striking the same or similar pose. Anything that has to do with that pose, they're lesbian. Definitely. So you definitely seen, you could tell by the gestures. They're funny. What about the reverse? That's a gay pose. It's why I me don't hug their sons. So raise the little son. Wow. Let's not talk about that one. When some disagreed, say it doesn't mean anything. It's a coincidence. Various enemies here who are lesbians, although some make similar poses at some point in the series. They do have very similar ones, or people call it lesbian pose. And they give us an explanation what the lesbian pose is about. Thank you. All right, next one is in the movie. So the episodes in the movie, just remember to cosplay this one. Well, then maybe something like this would work. And then someone commented, I smell 12 episodes, one movie. Rascal does not dream of got girl mommy. So someone question is, what does this have to do with the episodes and a movie? So animes often come in this format of one 12 episode season and a conclusion movie. See, she looks like an anime protagonist. And then someone added, comment is referencing the anime called Rascal Does Not Dream of a Bunny Girl Senpai. That's the anime they were referring to. Town makes it risque, but it's really more of a drama that ended in a couple small funny moments. So there's nothing risque about this one. 6 seasons in the movie. Yep, show is going to last 3 weeks, and 2 TV adaptations of that. She looks like a character from the anime Hunter x Hunter to me. Close, very close. Ran you to shirt. It's a turtleneck, so definitely a turtleneck shirt. Looks like a Shizuku cosplay for Hunter, definitely. So woman with black hair's got money. We're just cosplaying anime. Very cosplay, because I know for sure there's a cosplay. Oh, we know about that. This is a definitely. You can tell how well society is doing by what kind of workplace TV show Adam Scott is starring in. Oh, talking about Severance. I heard the show. I watched the trailer, remember? In the show. But remember, it's not. So, but it's not really close to Severance. But we'll see. Adam was in a show called Party Down about Kieran Waitstaff. Then he was Parks and Rec about a parks department, and now he's in Severance, which is dystopian opposite work where you don't remember what you do once you leave. It's been in Party Down, The Rack, Severance, also Demon and Good Place too. Very opposite. So this is anything that involves around with the little office, and hey, so Adam Scott's been around with those shows. Just a little recap to what Adam Scott's been. Party Down, which is recession vibes, chill and funny, but not necessary doing well with digital metrics. Parks and Rec, it is like Obama era optimism. People trying big dreams and mostly succeeding getting along with each other and fading government. That's the Parks and Rec. Severance, it's a corporate dystopia that makes you want to cut up House of the Frame. And also, don't forget, Good Place, a literal demon in hell. And that's the bad place. That's what they called it. Because if you watch, so you'll have to get those three. Party Down, Parks and Rec, The Good Place, and then Severance. You get the idea from him. And then, why this to be bad? I love this one. All right. The hotel's free Wi-Fi is really fast, but your IP address starts with this IP address. Someone can explain this one. So this IP is assigned by and to devices connected to a Wi-Fi pineapple. So it means your internet use being tracked and recorded. The internet that you're using, it will be tracked and recorded. So most modern protocols for using TLS for encryption using HTTPS and not HTTP means that not a lot can be read from recorded internet traffic using usually a little more than device made X connection to Reddit.com using HTTPS. And if you're using a VPN, they get a little more info out of the logs than this person uses VPN X, if at all. So someone is tracking your web activity, but by itself, that is actually not too big of a problem. That's what's called Wi-Fi pineapple. And while it may be used for that, IP block is simply one most reserved private networks, not from a different. This is what they use the IP address they have. So in hotel network, an IP address starting at this one is likely part of the private IP address range used for internal networks. Depending on the security measures, or rather lack of those, might lead to vulnerabilities, such as isolation or traffic interception. Are you VPN in the same situation? Yep. So the only way that can work, because if that Wi-Fi that you use in the hotel may be trackable, so it's better to use a VPN that can definitely prevent that to happen, prevent that tracking thing. Because they will know your web activity for sure. Your IP, private network will do. You're on public network, you're exposed yourself for anybody to see. Yeah. Well, again, it's a private network. And this is the particular IPN number right here called Wi-Fi Pineapple. So for the sake of it, look at what Wi-Fi Pineapple is, probably in this website. The Wi-Fi Pineapple is a wireless auditing platform from HackPipe, allows network security administrators to conduct penetration tests. So pen tests. And when using pen tests, the hackers seeks out some vulnerabilities that threat actor could exploit company system, network, or infrastructure. So it can be used as a rogue access point. Exact man in the middle, MITM, attacks. So the MIT-M attack is basically an attacker intercepts and relays the messages between two parties. They're communicating directly with each other. So this is a wireless platform that to conduct the tests. And but the pen says they can find the vulnerabilities that can exploit their network infrastructure if use their hotel's Wi-Fi. Definitely. I did not know about Wi-Fi pineapple. Oh, I know that. I don't think I could skip this one. So, honey, I'm home. And then, wait, honey? So, Wii controller. Everyone's a Wii controller. When you connect to multiple Wii controllers, the lights on the bottom light up in order of number of controllers paired. So the guy is showing a light on number two, which means the wife is cheating. I see. Because you have you're on player three. So means the wife is cheating. So there could be player one or player two or player four. Maybe. I sensed it. So the wife is probably cheating with any other player. Oh, I love this. So you have you have a graph of pressure and then temperature. If you're a gender solid, that means you have a higher of the pressure but less of a temperature. That's a gender solid. You have a gender gas, which is lower the pressure but higher the temperature. Gender fluid is in between those. And then the upper right, representing supercritical gender. Higher the pressure, higher the temperature. And we know what a phase diagram is, so it gives you all of this in different colors and label stuff. If it's gender fluid, what other phases of gender might be? So hot, so gender plasma, maybe. Assuming I'm just a monopoly, not pole. My chicks love poles. Well, I have a bipolar disorder. Does that count? You have two poles. Yeah, I see. So it's a phase diagram which shows a state of certain substance under different pressure and temperature conditions. So basically the joke is that it's generative substance originating from the fact that gender fluid is a gender identity, but it's liquid. Gender is a phase, is the only one that has phases, such as biogeny. Between science and some gender stuff, maybe. What would a supercritical gender be? So gender solid is regular male, female. Gender fluid is gender fluid. Gender gas is agender. And gender supercritical is Rimuru temptus. So simultaneously masculine, feminine, and agender all together at once. Ha! Nice. Yep. This is using like gender solid straight. Gender fluid is unsurprisingly gender fluid. The supercritical is everything all at once. Rimuru is what it's called. It's everything all at once. I've been stumped. So you have this wonderful M&Ms, the mini M&Ms. So here's the I don't know. Who know? People always ask what is the cylinder or no, and nobody asks how is the cylinder. This is what the news. No one's in the know, but this is just the one title. So how would you get a small cylinder, which is stuck from a mini M&Ms filled with butter and microwave bashed banana? So dude got his stuck at the M&M cylinder, very cylinder. Got his cylinder. No, this is empty cylinder that they use M&Ms. And how am I supposed to say? I mean, he got his cylinder stuck inside a cylinder. The first word cylinder, a cylinder. You know. Oh boy, it's really hard. I can't. It's really hard to. Let's move on. Why is this? Okay. Oh shoot! Did I leave? Hold on. This is definitely okay. Girls, when their best friend gets a boyfriend, I'm so happy. Boys, when their best friend gets a girlfriend, you were supposed to destroy the normies, not join them. Back in the day, when my best friend would get a girlfriend, suddenly he was very busy with her all the time, and our friendship didn't seem to matter anymore. So if it's a guy thing, once he has a girlfriend, friendship didn't mean anything. Once he's into a relationship, the friendship is bets are off. So the old code of bros before it's unflattering word from rhymes here. That's true. Well, it makes sense, doesn't it? Disappear as soon as often they just disappear as soon as they have a girlfriend. My girlfriend this evening, I won't do that. She said this is unreasonable. No. They happy for their friends when they find a boyfriend. Boys feel betrayed. Supposed to be single today, now he lost his wingman. Sounds good. You won't be a woman in no time. What if a boy gets a boyfriend? That's a point. But unfortunately, if one of those girls have a boyfriend, but those they are jealous. And I've learned the story about that. Friends are meant to be friends because they want two or maybe three girls, they want the exact same boyfriend as the one girl had. Very true. That's okay. This is good. Just confirm the stereotype that follows directly the saying bros before hooks and underlines that most boys don't get a girl. So if one of your guess one, it's time to beam up. And we see the stereotypes a lot anyways. If a whole bunch of boys somehow find that one of the boy classmate is dating a girl in the class, they want to fist do all the talking. And for girls, then they will be happy with their friends who gets in the relationship. So the point is, boys go bunga when one of the guy from the boys gang gets a girl. The being's fun nature doesn't any harm. It shows boys' way to express happiness, although tad bit of rough nature. Fortunately, I'm a boy, and if I have somehow got myself girl, the boys are mad. That's the definition of a bros before bros. You get the definition. You get that phrase. I love this one. Oh, as a Swiftie myself, this is definitely relatable. Swifties, shut up and take my money. This is the shirt, TS9. And historians is looking at it. So we know TS is Taylor Swift. She was born in the year of 1989. Yeah, we all know. But historians says a different way. TS says Tiananmen Square in the year of 1989. Very fair. Can't tell the difference between Tiananmen Square and Taylor Swift. Because, yeah, Tiananmen, that happened, the whole thing in 1989. That literally happened. Yeah. So, Taylor Swift occurred in 1989. Taylor Swift was born in 1980, titled 1989, but she was born in 1989. So, that's the initials for you. That's the with TS there. Men say it's Taylor Swift, some say bad thing because of the Tiananmen Square, which happened in 1989. Yeah, that's definitely. Oh, has the little story. Okay. 10 years ago, so this person started traveling China for work a bunch. Every year, spend about 2 months in China across multiple 2-week trips. One thing, channels available, but sometimes they go black for 10 to 15 minutes, then return to normal when it's too sensitive for the CCP, which is their censorship somewhere. Sometimes the entire program, sometimes it was the clips. So, and this person was getting some work done from their hotel room in Xi'an. They had CNN on in the background. They were airing a show about Taylor Swift. It's 100% a celebrity highlight show. Nothing hardening whatsoever when absolutely mentions of China. And it went black and it's confused. Yeah. Inside the fire of the BBN, and that's when I read about Taylor's TS 1989 clothing line. He was born in 1989, but it's also the year of Tiananmen Square. That cross too much whoever was censoring that day. Yeah. And it was back in 2014 when Taylor Swift released the album called 1989. I will tell you right now, the 1989 really good. The Tails version of it makes it a little better, but I do like the new songs. But no wonder why they said Tiananmen Square. I mean, that also happened in 1989, so fair, fair. We got one. Okay, yeah. All right, this one definitely I really want to know. When she left me undelivered, then post herself on her story. So I asked her what's 1007, 1000-7. It's like, so there's Tokyo Ghoul, if you know what's about. If you remember about the show called Tokyo Ghoul, this anime called Tokyo Ghoul, I think there's an explanation. Okay, so Tokugo 1007 references a pitiable torture scene involving a protagonist, Kaneki-kan, which I know, endures some psychological torment at the hands of the villain, Yamori, called Jason. So Yamori forces Kaneki to repeatedly subtract 7 from 1,000. Oh, wait. Yes, I do know what okay. Hold on. Know what this one. Yes. I do know this one. I vividly remember this episode. Symbolized the kind is meant to English and the psychological cruelty inflicted on him. So over time, 1007 has become a cultural shorthand for immense emotional distress and a mental breakdown. So in the meme, praise is used humorously when someone is ignored, not been delivered, and sees that is causing frustration akin to psychological torment. Okay. Essentially, this will suggest that being disregarded can feel as maddening as kind of experience having to from 1,000 in increments of 7. So yeah, hence referencing 1,007. It's a common social slight of being ghosted or overlooked. To that kind of image of extreme emotional turmoil from Togogu. So yeah, this underscores the community gap exasperation. Yep, everybody understands about this 1,007 thing. And I do vividly remember this. Oh, I do vividly remember this episode. Yes, I do remember this. Yeah. So, yeah, I have to find what's 1,000 minus 7. And that makes him, yeah, it's a very traumatic, but you'll get the point of what Tokugo is about. Oh my god, it's crazy that you know the anime. The anime. Yes, I did watch it. Okay, here we go. Just how it feels to be a dry beater in a world full of lotion beaters. I do know the joke. Yeah, I know. As soon as the word beaters on it, yeah, you got me. Yeah, this is about guys doing the so dry beater is someone who doesn't use anything extra. And then for a lotion beater, yes, someone who uses lotion as yeah. It's a preference for people, and they want to argue that which one is better than the other. So yeah. So the image, this is a video game called Black Myth Wukong, represents a lone me versus many of them. So mentality, okay, for Dry Beater. So in the game, the small character is a character who is powerful, but doesn't think the joke is much deeper than feel outnumbered. Yes, I think I know what you're talking about because yeah, yeah, is a ploy. Okay, yeah. Okay, I do talk. Okay, yep, I do know what you're talking about because you don't know that because if you're too Western to listen to you. Okay, yeah, that's the whole point. The joke is I can't explain to this. I think the comments will do its justice. Go find it. All right, here we go. Oh, can someone explain this one? Okay, yeah, this is the big formula here. So it's the f of x equals, okay, so it's 21 pi the e power times 5 plus natural log of 294 plus pi to the pi power over, okay, 3 times natural log of 2 minus square root of e plus 56 pi minus 17.2. So yeah, and they want f of x. So before you realize, I was like, oh my God, it's too hard. And then after you realize it, ooh. So yeah, this is basically asking what is the derivative of this thing. I was like, where's the x? There's no variable x, so the solution is constant zero. So yeah, I was like, give me because all of these is constant. It's like asking you, okay, what is well, except that there is no x in this equation here because this is constant. A single number is a constant. Anything is a constant. This is also a constant because there is no x in this equation. So what is the derivative? So basically, the f of x is the function of x is a constant number. So what is the derivative of that constant number? It's 0, right? There you go. Yep. The solution is a constant. So what is you have a function of x 0, right? What's the derivative of the x? So we want down, something to go down, which is 0. I mean, you could calculate it. Let's see. Hold on. Let's calculate together. That's how it goes. But I don't have time to solve this one. What is actually, because if it derivative is 0, if that constant is 0. So put them in the comments below on what is this equates to. It's constant. What does this? I'll leave that to you, the audience, of what is this will equates to. Yeah, that's a calculating, but it's like, oh no, do I have to? Oh my gosh, like, oh no, do I have to do this? No. Okay. So you already know the prime symbol of the symbol, the apostrophe, it's derivative. So f of x is a function, f of x is the rate that changes in respect to x. So there's no x of in this expression, so it gives you a certain number, gives you a constant. So therefore, if if the constant is 0, so if the f of x is 0, what is the derivative of x? 0. So it changed a lot. So but if you really know what's the actual answer to that equation, hold on. Wow, solved it for you, but but if you okay, yeah. For people in comments, if you get this actual answer, it is 75,923.79. Yeah. Do you get the number result? Yeah, I see. If you know the formula, you'll get it. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Time for one more? Yeah, I think it's one more. Okay, yeah. Never so 3 tennis balls, one internet. Okay. If I know what one is, I think it. Okay, so in the wheels on the shopping cart or any other carts that usually go, and you have this one at every grocery store. You have like pushing the carts in. There are 4 wheels. 3 of those wheels, they are all even. They're all straight now. But the one gosh darn wheel, it just swerves in left and right, and you have no idea where you're gonna go. And we already know this one because these are Google Chromes and this is the Internet Explorer. So yeah, 3 wheels fitted something runs smoothly and does what you want. But one fitted with something that wants to do its own thing and head to a different direction to what you push it if it's working. Yeah. Yeah. Every shotgun has a wheel. Yeah, the one bottom right. And we already know what that is. Yeah, I did know that. One wheel is saying example, and then I thought blank. Or so the explorers. Okay, yeah. Yeah, maybe a whole. Okay, maybe actually let's do more and then we'll call it quits here. Okay, so someone's calculated six 6 million. So 6 million divided by 365. And then the mirror message pops out. You have been banned from calculator. Okay, what's going on? Oh, yeah. 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 Oh, no. Okay. So saw this person add on and this person doesn't get it. All right, here it is. Imagine being paid six figures to unmute on calls and say, nothing to add from my end. Oh, so here's the joke is make hell of a lot less than six figures, but contribute a lot more than nothing to add from my end. So yeah. So yeah. And then it sounds like calls in the background phone calls. Doing all the work for the people talking. Do this person get well? Sure. Does a bunch of work for other people getting paid way more than me with a lot less work on their plate. Yeah. So people who earn money, they do less of the work. But on the other hand, people who work a lot has more work but earn less. That's not fair. But people who worked less earns more. That's basically you get yourself. It's a free money if you don't do anything. That's the concept there. That's the whole point, folks. Knowing when not to contribute takes entire career to learn to be fair. Yeah, that. Yeah. Look at Roller Coaster Station 3. Never hurts to suck up the boss. Sure. A lot of Vietnamese have several high-profile, well-paid members who contribute nothing throughout the entire call. And then at the end, when somebody asks, well, I think that about anyone else need to say anything, they'll chime in the verse and say, nothing to add on my end. It's literally the only visible contribution to the meeting. That's it. Those eliminated assume they got nothing out of the meeting, that weren't involved in any way on the back end, or acted handling 14 other tasks during, which is which is why they won't text based on what they heard in the meeting, but still often how it appears to others in the meeting. Yeah, that covers it. Nothing on it. That's literally what they had when they go to the meeting. But we don't because I don't do go a lot. So yeah, minutes mean the most. Don't need to be in the most meetings to get scheduled for. I mean, I literally I don't have anything to contribute. Like, what do you want? Yeah, it's better to say those, better than certain just opinion. Just feel like you're need to validate, which only happens all the time. They just keep their mouth, just keep your mouth cooked. Yeah, exactly the point. Because if you're doing you're not supposed to be doing. I mean, you must schedule, but you meet have some meetings. And when someone asks a question, nothing on my end, nothing to add from my end. So that's it. That's the only thing they can contribute to that little meeting because talented people know and just to keep your mouth shut because that's all they have. That's all they contribute. Well, that explains everything about this meme. No, this subreddit called Explain the Joke. Hopefully, we're probably going to do more of the subreddit for this one because there'll be a lot to explain about the jokes and the memes that we're trying to uncover. We'll probably have more of this very soon. All right, that is the end of the video, folks. I'll see you next time with another. Oh, I can't stop this. Oh, I can't even seem to stop sharing the video. Hold on. Well, anyways, guess I'm done with this. Guess. All right, everybody. Goodbye. I don't know how to end this video like this. Okay. Ooh, hold on. Like this.